Okay, so first of all, Sakha Consulting Wings would like to wish all the women, all the ladies a very happy Women's Day.
आजा
हाँ ठीक है तेरा लॉगिन आईडी चाहिए बस
लॉगिन है ना मेरा
Guys who are not part of
Guys, please mute your mic if you are not participating in the discussion right now.
रूम का क्या करना है
क्या
रूम का
रूम में क्या करना?
तू तो निकल रहा है ना किधर है
कोई बात नहीं तू यहीं बैठ रहा है ना
ना तो मैं फिर आगे आधा
एक घंटे का रहेगा ना
तो आ जाएगा तब तक
ओ 1 घंटे में खा
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, guys, can you please mute somebody? I can hear all of your voice. Can you mute everybody?
Yeah, that's what I was saying before. So we have some basic rules before we start with the hangout. Since 10 people will be participating in the hangout at once, we would appreciate if whenever you want to make any point or any view that you want to talk about, please switch on your mic that time. But otherwise, just let it be on mute to avoid the interference of sound, and this will help in making the discussion more clear between two people. So we would start with the discussion now. We would start off by wishing all the women a very happy Women's Day. And Sakha Consulting Wings is proud to have women as their employees. It is a company run by women and for women. We provide cab services to women, and our cabs are driven by women. These women driving the cabs are trained in self-defense and communication skills. They are handpicked from they are handpicked in from areas in and around Delhi, and we look for women who are in need for a job, who need to be independent financially. We handpick them and we train them in various skills like communicating with customers, self-defense, car driving. Our sister foundation, which is Azad Foundation, has a training center for these women where they train them where they start training them from the very basic elementary education like writing and reading, and they move on to training them on self-defense and communicating with the customers. Apart from that, they go through a car driving lesson, and they have to obtain a permanent license for driving cabs, a commercial license, for which they have to undergo driving for at least 1 year. We are proud to have such an institution where we train our employees and make them independent, where they can work, they can earn money, they can have an identity of their own, and they can support their families. So, as most of you are from Delhi, we would want to start by taking your views on what do you think is the need for such a cab service in Delhi, which is run by women and for women, the uh, considering the safety issues which Delhi lacks for women. So I think we should start with a lady on this topic as it's Women's Day?
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Yeah. So I would invite Swayam to start by talking about what she feels about safety issues in Delhi. Swayam, we cannot hear you. You need to unmute your mic. No, we cannot hear you. Okay, so meanwhile, Swam is trying to figure out her mic settings. We would ask Shilpi to start with the discussion. Shilpi, please unmute your mic and join in the conversation.
Hello everyone.
Hi.
Shivani, can you hear me?
Hi.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, first of all, I would like to wish you all a happy Women's Day. I
Yeah,
would
wish you the
say
same.
in Delhi, yeah, thank you. I would say in Delhi, 80% of women are, whenever they travel, they have this fear of sexual harassment, and at least 2 to 5 times in the last year, female respondents have been attacked, and there are police cases about it. So Delhi is pretty not safe for women to travel alone, and we say that we have celebrated 67 years of independence, but still I would say, hello,
Yeah, continue.
it is not safe, and Sakha Consulting Wing has taken a very great step, a major step for the women safety issues.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, please.
Hello.
Yeah,
Yeah,
please
please.
continue.
Shivani.
We can hear.
Shivani, you can hear me, right?
Yes, I can.
Yeah. So, seeing the topic India's daughters and the other side, I thought the recent issue, which is pretty much on news.
Uh,
Actually, we want to discuss that this video, which was broadcast a few days back, the BBC video, India's daughter. Now it showed that how we as men has actually shown that girls are not at par to us. We just want on Women's Day today to discuss the achievements of women, how they are at par with us, and how they have, in spite of all the problems they face, in spite of every difficulties and so much hindrances, they are actually successful, and we are proud that they are the Indian girls. We are proud that they are the Indian daughters. So we just want to discuss on how women has achieved their success.
Yeah, actually, I second you in this matter where you say, Indian daughters are pretty much the men, and probably, and it's very good to know that such services where women are also driving taxis. This is new to me actually, and knowing that such things of that opinion that Indian daughters are very much open, and it's not that we are we are a rapist country, or we don't respect women. It's truly not that. It's just that some anti-social elements are present in our country who do such things, and I think it's highlighted by the documentary too. So I guess I also feel that Indian government banning the broadcast was to do. So I don't know. Probably others would have a different view on this. But yes, I think Indian daughters are very much professions. You see BPO, you see IT, you take any other profession. probably Indian daughters are there, matching their. So, and in India, definitely a women-friendly country. So that is my opinion. Yeah.
I would like to intervene here, if possible. Is it fine?
Yeah, we are hearing you. We are hearing you. Thanks.
Okay. See, I saw this documentary of BBC. I saw the whole episode day before yesterday, and I went back to Facebook and I posted a huge post over there. And it was all about. I was totally pissed off with the way it was. It showed the actual mentality of Indian men, and here I would say not a small chunk of people, but I would include 95% of the people here, and to some extent I would include myself, because I think not to that extent, but yes, I feel 95% of the Indian men are like that, and it has to change. So I firstly I would like to congratulate you guys for introducing this service only for women, and that is driven by women. Next thing I would like to put some points over here is that people say that okay, women are there in IT, they're there in BPOs, but do you still think they are getting as equal rights as well as that same position in our own minds? They are not. So this has to change. And I think girls.
Exactly, Vikas. Exactly. I would like to second you on this,
Absolutely.
and that is why we feel that uh, by having this organization which
Let
serves,
him complete.
yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, Vikas, you can complete. Yeah.
Go ahead, no problem. Just I would like to, I saw the whole documentary, and few parts of the documentary, even I couldn't see because it was till that extent, it was total into pervertness. So, in my capability, I couldn't see that. But I would like to just intervene on the point that uh, just not by giving women some 10% reservations, or getting some jobs, or even cracking some big exams, these things will never change the mentality of Indian men. Some things has to be done by the government and also by the girls themselves. I just read an article by the Delhi commissioner, that people say, okay, we are government is saying we are putting in 1,000 policemen only for the security of girls, but the actual figure says that there are only 7,000 people in the police who are going to provide personal security, and out of that 5,000 are being given to the politicians, and rest 2,000 is for the Supreme Court, High Court, and the Parliament. So my dear, where is the other policemen are going to provide the security to the girls? So it's all bullshit. The next thing which I want to put is installation of the security apps. There have been so much app introductions, and I have many friends in Delhi, and I have friends who are girls. I have not seen even a single one of them getting those apps installed. So it's lack of awareness, it's lack of taking those opportunities, and maybe some no nobody none of their close friends or their relatives have faced those problems. That's why they didn't do that. But the day they face those problems, they'll come up with a complaint attitude that okay, government is not doing anything. I think mentality of people, government plays a part of it, but it has to start from ourselves.
Well,
Exactly.
Vikash,
Yeah.
one question to you, or rather to everyone. Is it actually the lack of awareness that they're not installing that app, or is it the lack of faith? I believe it's
The
the
lack
second
of
thing more.
carelessness, I would say. It is not at all lack of awareness. People are aware that there are 1,000 apps available for security. People are, I don't know whether faith is a question. I cannot put my thought on that. Maybe somebody else can put a thought on that. But I still feel there is a lot of carelessness that is there in the, in the society, that people still don't bother to take that measures. I would like to state one example. I've seen my sister-in-law. She stays in Bangalore and she carries a knife in her wallet. That is a kind of awareness that she has, and she's still ready to take it out whenever she's into a problem. So I would say, that kind of a step is definitely necessary. When she's taking in a place like Bangalore, I think Delhi, she can carry a sword also. So that would be a good example.
I agree Vikas says actually, but one point where I disagree is the 95% men having the same mentality which he stated. I think I would totally I think I should give others also a chance to speak on this. Probably I can counter argue on after everyone speaks.
I've just put a normal data, don't give an 95%, but it's okay, you're right. But I think generally the major chunk of the population is still covert, and you can see the example from from this Nirbhaya Kand, that rape thing also. The guy who
I
has is
there's this.
around 23,
I,
24,
I
and
agree the views expressed in the documents were horrific, but it is equally horrific to assign those views to the majority of Indian men. There are
uh,
people who care for
what I
women
feel,
who work hard to make the city a safer place for women. So you cannot extrapolate those views to the majority of Indian men.
okay,
And the title of the documentary was such, India's Daughter. It gives the impression that this problem is specific to India. It is not. India actually has number of per capita rates in US. So I don't think the documentary should have been banned. It gives us many issues we should address, but it
Yeah,
like
actually, if you see,
stereotypes Indian men, which is very bad.
okay.
yeah, I agree because actually, if you see, there was an image. I don't know how trustworthy the image is, but there was this doctor Swaminath that with 1.2 billion population, the rape cases in India are around say roughly around 3,80,000 odd rape cases, and the US on the other hand had a population of almost zero point 0.3 billion, and the rape cases there were almost the rape cases registered there were almost 8 lakhs, which is like almost roughly around twice or thrice of what we can see in India. So India is actually not that bad a country how it is portrayed exactly in the video. Uh,
See, I would like to.
Yeah,
Wave is
that's
catching
right. But the thing is, whenever we go out, our major concern is that what time we'll come back. Is it safe to come back at night? So that thing has to be changed. And I think the initiative of Sakha is a very good step in that direction, which will help our friends feel safe. I would like to add few
Exactly.
points here.
I also yes, Sumit. Just a second. I just want to say one thing. Also, representing the organization Sakha, I would also want to ask you guys, how do you think can we help in making the city safer, making Delhi safer as of now, since we have our majority of services in Delhi? Apart from providing this cab service which is run by women and for women, but also sometimes our taxi drivers feel unsafe while driving on the roads. Sometimes they are being eve teased by other male drivers who are driving other cabs. Sometimes they have to wait at a particular destination for their customer where other taxis are also waiting with their male cab drivers. So do you think through our organization can we bring about a change in perception of the males in Delhi who can start respecting women for the kind of work that we are doing?
Okay. Since this is an it will take some time. Definitely, it will take some time to like that woman drivers are here to stay. So I think it does time before like the
Sumit,
main
your microphone
this
is switching on and off again and again.
problem
We are
of
not able to hear.
okay. Meanwhile, I'll try to add few points here. What I want to say is that there are two aspects. One is rape, and second is harassment. So for catering to the rape victims and what is happening in the city, some of the facilities which can be provided are like good lightings in the city. You see that after around 7-8 o'clock, because of the unavailability of good lighting, some of the areas women are not feeling safe. So that can be done, and this can be a good solution for the problem which Sakha you were telling about. That is, the drivers are not feeling safe. So if the lighting is good and that in that area a lot of people are there, it is not a lonely area wherein only the taxis are there, then maybe people will feel safe. The second thing is about harassment. So this is something which I think needs some long-term solution. So in the case of the that is India's daughter, the people were not educated. There are how many cases you hear wherein some educated person has done this kind of a crime. I don't think there must be a lot of cases. It is because of people are not educated and they are not aware about these things that they resort to such kind of things like harassing women in the public places. So these are the solutions I suggest.
Okay, thanks a lot, Sumit.
Yeah, well,
I would like to make a point.
okay.
Sorry, Devashish, to block you. We want to go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure. Hey, this is Chetan. I also live in Bangalore, and so what I want to first of all, happy Women's Day to everyone. The point that I would like to make regarding the work that Shaka Consulting is doing is, by providing a service, this is definitely the first step that you guys have made, and congratulations for that. But in the longer run, you cannot provide any specialized services to the different sex. I don't think that's a long-term solution. The long-term solution would be to change the perspective of the minds of the Indian men, right? The majority of people, I won't say the 95%, but still the majority. When I can see that lawyers like Emil Sharma, who are making such hideous comments on the women of India, uh, I don't even feel like calling that we are educated anymore, right? So it's not about the education that we get from the schools. It's more about the education that we get from our society, from our parents, from our community. That needs to be changed. Our perspective needs to be changed from towards the women. Even today, there are families who like give precedence to boy child, and all those like household services. I've heard cases like boys are given full glass of milk and girl is not even given half glass of milk. They're made to work on household stuff, and boys are like sitting and watching TV and enjoying the movies. It is still happening, and it is happening in the educated society. I've seen this happening in cities, right? This is not done. This cannot be tolerable. It's intolerable completely. So what I feel is, in a longer perspective, I don't believe any firm like what you guys are doing is a long-term solution. The longer run, the perspective needs to be changed. The education system needs to be changed for that, is what I believe.
Hello.
Okay, but hi,
Devanshish, I
Chetan.
want to make one point over here.
Yeah, sure.
The documentary India's Daughter is being directed and written by Leslie. And this female, she herself has been a victim of rape when she was a child. So what she was saying, she has covered a whole story just to know what is the motive behind all these kind of rapes and all. So I was watching one of her talk shows, and she said that the main reason why this rape and all is happening is the education level. The people from the poor and uneducated society, they see this in their home, that their mothers, their sisters, they are beaten by their father and the male members. So it's okay for them to go out and do anything with other women. So this is the mentality which she wanted to bring out. But at the same time, I would say it is not just about the education, because even the educated people like the lawyer, he himself has made disrespected comments about the women. So the whole point is, now I'm not sure whether the education is the main thing which is which is important just for the sake of
So Shilpi,
giving.
what I meant by education was mostly like the education system that needs to be changed. Even in our current
Yes.
education system, we don't have any such measures or any such differences that they make out between men and women. It's more in the way of living that it happens, and there's no way to even like judge whether this is right or wrong. in our education system. There's no way to actually define what is the correct way of living for any individual. So that is what needs to be changed, is what my perspective is. So that is why education also needs to be changed.
Hey, hi, Swayam here. I would like to make a point. My view is that this initiative is a good one, wherein women are they are learning how to self defend themselves, and they can drive own cabs and all that. But there has to be a whole ecosystem around how the society would be safe both for men and women. I mean, we are here with the topic that women are not feeling safe, and I'm sure there are a lot of men who are also in danger. Society is like that. So there has to be a whole system around it when it comes to police force acting actively on the complaints, taking right kind of measures in time, and our law systems taking up the cases promptly and actually acting on it. So it has to be political willpower has to be strong to actually drive this thing forward. We can keep talking about education system being corrected, and it will take a long time, I know, but in the short run, these active measures has to be taken so that the whole ecosystem is built around this thing. We can't take measures like women driving cabs, and they know some of the self defense activities, but how about police not cooperating with them, and other male cab drivers actually acting against them? So it's difficult to survive when there is no ecosystem at all. Your friends, your own boys who are your friends can't make you feel safe because they are in danger too. What do you do about them? So it's all about the whole ecosystem built from our side, from the side of the government, people who are in positions to do that, like corporates actually taking initiative in those directions that can really make a difference. That's all I had to say. Thank you.
Well said.
Yeah,
Yeah, well
Swayam,
said,
Swayam.
Sayam. Only
Yeah.
one thing that I will like to say to Chetan and also to Sayam is that even though you guys are saying that this is a very short-term measure, but just think 5 years back from now, women driving cab or women driving auto, women as a driver, it or a commercial driver was something that we can't even think of, right? So now we are thinking of it. We know that this is happening in Chennai. In Chennai, as far as I remember, there is a girl who is driving a train also. So if this measures like this continue, only then we can achieve this ecosystem. There will be, if we don't make a start now, then never there will be an ecosystem where we can actually think men and women drivers alike. So even though Chetan said that this is not a long-term goal, or this is not a measure which is going to take us to the long-term goal, but I think these short measures are only some things which is going to help us attain the long-term goal of a good
Yeah,
ecosystem.
yeah, Devasis, I actually support you, and I agree that these initiatives, what I was saying, that these initiatives have to come along with all those initiatives, what I was saying, from all those corners, because only this initiative cannot survive in for long if initiatives from other ends, like from government, from law bodies, from police forces, do not come. That's what I was saying.
One point I
Yeah,
would like to make here is
I'll
that,
just like to pitch in here.
yeah, so what I would like to say is that we all are providing solution, but we actually don't know what makes these criminals do what they are doing. So because criminal psychology is one area, I guess, which is highly neglected in India. We see that in United States there are a lot of documentaries on National Geographic, uh, telling us about jails, why people did certain crime. But here in it is highly neglected. I mean, we do not even let these things come in the open. Even when this kind of documentary was aired, people tried to suppress it rather than try to understand that what made him do that. So unless we don't know what was the psychology of that person, how can we even suggest solutions on this issue?
I disagree on that, Sumit, because in the documentary itself, there was a psychologist who was mentioned, and for the juvenile case, if you remember, and he had also mentioned that these guys were just doing it for the sake of doing it and for the sake of their ego, and that's what they mentioned. So I don't think that that's the problem, because the analysis it does happen. I don't believe it does not.
No, they are doing the analysis, but that is not coming out in the public. People don't know what is
Yeah,
what is there in the mind of these
the
people.
think so. Again, it depends on the curiosity, I believe, because there are measures like
Totally
RTI
got
and
it.
stuff where if people want to find out stuff, then they can definitely do it. There are records. I know that in our country there's no easy way to find records. All we have to do is file paperwork and stuff, which takes a lot of time. I agree, but that needs to be changed, and it soon will change. But the records are definitely there. I completely believe on that.
Yeah, one more thing which I'd like to add here is I think I agree with Debashish where he said these are the tiny steps which will take us to the kind of ecosystem which we are looking for. Also, one thing was I think Chetan told about forming an ecosystem. I think women have a greater responsibility here in forming that particular ecosystem which we wish to or hope to have in India. Chetan talked fed to the children at home. Who feeds this milk? It's your mom or someone, a women at house, right? I mean, they are doing the partiality there, and not the. You see also other places where it's your mom or it's someone from your some probably your grandmom who stops probably the girl
Why
in
not
the house.
father or uncle?
Absolutely, absolutely
No,
right.
no.
Why not father and uncle?
Why you are saying only mom and grandmom are the
Yeah, it
accused here?
happens in all the
I'm not.
part of the
The
society.
partiality starts
I'm
from
not saying that it's only the grandmom or the mom.
See, you are speaking for yourself. That's
No,
the
no.
mentality our society has.
Sorry.
absolutely.
I agree with that.
You proved the point.
For that it's not just about the food. Suppose the brother and sister want to buy a toy or something for which they need money from their father. I guess in this type of family, even the father says that okay, I'll buy that toy for my son and not for the daughter. So
Just one point I want to make.
responsible.
Hello? Hello? Why we are looking only for food and toy kind of stuff? Why don't we see there are a lot of men who beat their wives, and this is what their kids learn from their father, and that it's okay to misbehave with women. It's okay. We are more powerful. We have more rights. This is what also happens in our society. I think we should also look over that also.
Right,
Right, Shilpi.
and that's what not is mentioned in our education system. It's nowhere mentioned anywhere that beating your wife is a good thing or a bad thing,
But this
right?
happens.
It happens, and that's the reason they are trained that way.
Violence in any form should be prohibited, and from the very beginning, children should be taught, whether be it girls or boys, that violence is the last resort that they should take to solve any problem or to show their power.
Exactly.
My but my point, Swayam, if you're listening.
Yeah, I am there.
Yeah, so I just want to ask one question, which I wanted to make. I definitely agree that men have good responsibility. Let me ask you, if probably there's this young girl who's going out on a party and probably she's wearing short clothes. Who's the first one in whom who would
Sorry?
resist her to wear that? If there is a young
First
girl
one?
who would resist her to wear that kind of clothes?
Anyone could.
No, I'm talking.
Question her to wear something that she wants to wear. Nobody in this world should question her.
No, nobody should. I agree to you. Nobody should question her. I agree to that point. But talking about in Indian context, in a home, who would be the first person who would stop?
We are not finding any context here.
No. I'll answer your question, Suraj.
Sorry.
So I'll answer your question. The first person who would stop her from wearing a revealing dress would be her mom, because moms have brought up their kids and they are more free in terms of talking to their children about what to wear, what not to wear. And looking at the society outside, the mom herself in her age was scared to go out in such a dress outside, because the chances of getting molested or raped would have been high. So that is the culture that has been going on in India for a long time, and that is what is passed on to the children generations after generation.
No,
This is
completely support you on that.
we are trying to say, trying to make. I want to know actually.
So my point is, the responsibility, everything which we are talking about, forming an ecosystem where we as free as have the equal freedom of probably going out in night, probably wearing whatever they will, whatever they wish to. The forming have, say, 50% of responsibility. Women also have 50% of responsibility.
Yeah, nobody is denying that. Nobody.
Yeah. This is the point which I wanted to make. Probably that it did. There were a lot of counter arguments that time.
I
My
want to make one
point is, if a father shouldn't deny any girl wearing whatever she wants.
No, it's
If a father is ready to give half a milk of glass to his son, the mother should also be ready to give that same half glass of milk to his. That is the point.
See,
Hello?
the point that you made, that if the father is willing to give half a glass of milk to his son, I think in our society, in well-earning in families which earn well, that this type of discriminations are not practiced, and this type of discriminations are practiced in the below the poverty level, around the poverty level, earning families.
No, Devashish. In families who are earning well, it's practiced at a very larger scale. The daughter will not be sent out to study in a different college, but the boy will.
No, I don't think that is because they are discriminating against the girl, but I think because of the Indian society, they feel that if I send my girl outside, she might be more vulnerable to the threats outside. So it's more a way of protecting her. And I think if this ecosystem which we are speaking of can be achieved, then that same father will also be willing to send her daughter outside.
Devashish, here I would like to make the point you are saying that it is out of the feeling to protect her. That's because there is fear behind that she is not protected when she is going out. Is that the same feeling when a boy steps out? No, because the whole ecosystem is not there. From every aspect, it's not safe for a girl.
Okay, now I like to make a point here. Considering the way Indian society is, I think girls have the right to wear whatever they want. They can go out of the house anytime. But considering the mentality of Indian and that you cannot change it so fast, what I believe is that the girls should take some basic precautions. And yes, we can also think about changing the mindset with the help of education and all. So,
Siddharth, 1 second. I want to make one point. You said, hello. You said girls should take some measure. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes,
Siddharth. You said that girls should take some measures when they are going out from their home. But what about a small kid which has been raped today and she is just 6 years old? So even she should take care when she is going out. I don't think it's girls. Something wrong from the girl side, yeah, or we should be prepared while going out. I think it's male mentality.
I started with that only, that girls have the right to whatever they want. But you can't help the mentality of people in India.
We have to do that. I think this is the whole thing which we want to do, even Sakha wants to do.
Yes,
So Shilpi,
Exactly.
I think what you are trying to say
want
is,
to talk about Sakha's basic objective. So the objective at hand is that we want to change the perception of women as drivers, because women are generally not perceived as good drivers, and also a lot of women might not trust a woman cab driver because she might feel that taking a cab at night, which is being driven by a woman, might not be that safe. The woman cab driver might not be able to protect her if there is a breakdown on the way, or if there is any a group of men who stop them on the way. So though our women drivers are skilled in self-defense, we are trying to make them equally equipped with all the skills which a male cab driver would have. But still, there is a perception amongst people, male and female both, that women cab drivers cannot serve them as good as male cab drivers can. So we need to bring about a change in the perception, and we want to know how can we do that.
so yeah, so I think this point that you made right now, that we want to change the perception and empower women and show that women can also be at par with men in doing whatever day-to-day jobs they are doing, like driving a cab, which is not a very common thing in India for a woman, right? So now I believe that yes, this is something that you guys should focus on rather than thinking of it as a security measure in a longer run, right? So in that ways, I believe that yes, this is a very good initiative to change the perspective of the society where women can also drive. So yeah, that this is what I would like to make a point on.
And even I second Chetan on that. And your focus is pretty good right now, and it should still remain the same on more on empowerment rather than moving on to from that platform and providing security. Because till now the empowerment problem is still not solved till that extent, and you guys should reach that level first, and then move on to the security if at all it's possible. So I think you guys are doing a great job now, but there are a lot of more things that can be done.
One thing I'd like to point out here, Shivani was talking about how we can make this more secure for women. So one thing is that most of the cabs nowadays are centrally connected. So the owner knows where these cabs are, and they are only deciding how where they are supposed to go. So that at that point of security is already resolved here. And
You
second,
should know about
question
the
of
Uber
trust.
case, my friend.
Yeah, actually, you are forgetting about the Uber case.
No,
Okay.
but I think it's a good suggestion. Saka can take it up. Let's learn.
Okay. So we've had a good discussion on how women are being empowered and the safety issues that women face in India, and the measures that can be taken to change those. So we would just like to show you a video of Sakha with its women drivers, and we would conclude with the video. So just be patient. We'll be sharing a screen, and meanwhile we are buffering the video on YouTube. We can carry on with the discussion for some more time.
Well, since it's the concluding time, almost we are concluding the discussion. I will actually like to congratulate Saka for whatever it is doing, and I really wish that it goes on and really take this not only in Delhi but to other parts of India as well. And I never got a chance, but to every girls who have joined this debate, or a very happy Women's Day to all of you.
Guys, I would like to know one thing. All of us seen the video?
Are you
Yeah,
talking about the India story?
Yes.
yeah, we
I
have.
think everyone would have.
Yes.
Cool. So since we are on this platform, I'll just share the link in the Hangout for a petition that I signed this morning to take serious action against the lawyers who were protecting the rapists. So if you feel like, please sign that.
Okay.
But I think they've already been banned from the council, right, Mr. Anil?
I don't think that the practicing has been banned yet,
Banned
or
from the
any
lawyers'
serious
council.
action has been taken against them. So
Lawyers'
hence I
council.
saw the petition today. So I'll just forward it to you.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
So are you guys able to see the Sakha Google page? Yes.
Yeah, we
Can
can.
everyone see the page?
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
Yeah, we can.
I hope you are able to see the video.
Yeah, yeah.
नमस्कार, मेरा नाम सविता है। नमस्ते, मेरा नाम अनीता है। हाय, मेरा नाम चांदनी है। नमस्ते, मेरा नाम शांति है। हेलो, मेरा नाम खुशी है। नमस्ते, मेरा नाम सुनीता है। हेलो, मेरा नाम सरोज है। नमस्कार, मेरा नाम शनो बेगम है। मैं उनको ये कहना चाहूंगी कि उनकी जो सोच है वो बिल्कुल गलत है। लड़कियां चाहे तो बहुत कुछ कर सकती हैं। उनको हम बोलना भी चाहिए और हमें दिखाना चाहिए कि आप आइए और हमारे घर में बैठ के देखिए और फिर बताइए लड़कियां अच्छी गाड़ी चला सकती हैं या नहीं चला सकती। ना मुझे सिलाई अच्छी लगती है, ना मुझे कढ़ाई अच्छी लगती है और ना ही मुझे ब्यूटिशियन कोर्स करना अच्छा लगता है। आई डोंट लाइक, बट मैंने सोचा था कि मैं मतलब कुछ हटके करूंगी जो लड़कियां इस प्रोफेशन में नहीं आई हैं। तो मेरे को जब ये प्रोफेशन दिखा तो मैंने इसको बस पकड़ लिया। मैंने कहा उसको छोड़ना नहीं है, मेरे को यही करना है। मतलब हम लोग बहुत ही पुअर फैमिली से आए हैं, मतलब एक शौक दादी ने, बुआ ने, चाचा ने और गली वालों ने भी काफी कुछ कहा कि ये लड़की कहाँ जाती कहाँ नहीं आती है, क्योंकि सुबह 9 बजे से निकलना, तो कभी हम लोग निकलते नहीं थे इतने का। सुबह 9 बजे से निकलना और फिर पूरे दिन ऑफिस में रहना, 5-6 बजे घर जाना। तो काफी लोगों ने मतलब उल्टा भी निकाला, किसी लोगों ने काफी अच्छा भी निकाला कि लड़की काम करती होगी क्या पता। और ये तो काफी कह रहे थे क्या करने जाती है और आती है और चली जाती है। फिर जब मैं 1-2 बार गाड़ी लेके गई अपने कॉलोनी में, तो आज तो अखबार में कुछ नहीं कहते बहुत सारा ऐसे करते करते जब मैं मैम को लेने जाती थी उनके ऑफिस, तो वो मुझे सिखाती थी ऐसे इसका मतलब ये होता है, पूरा वर्ड बोल के वो समझाती थी और मैं हिंदी में उनको बताती थी क्योंकि उनको हिंदी सीखना था और मुझे इंग्लिश, तो दोनों ऐसा मतलब रास्ते में हम दोनों पढ़ाई करते थे। तो हम लोग आज की बात मैं अभी आपको बताऊं, मैं अभी मैं अपनी क्लाइंट को घर पे छोड़ के मैं वेट कर रही थी उनका। तो मेरे को भूख लगा था तो मैं कुछ खरीद के स्नैक्स खा रही थी। तो वो लड़का मुझे बोला, मतलब गंदा वर्ड यूज किया उसने और मुझे इतनी तेज गुस्सा आई, वो मेरे मुंह पे बोल के गया। फिर उसको जवाब देना तो बनता ही था। फिर मैं उतर के गई, मैंने कहा भैया आपने जो बोला आप दोबारा बोल के दिखाइए मेरे सामने। मैंने सोचा किसको लगाऊं गात पर, मैंने कहा छोड़ो, फिर चला गया। वैसे भी वो डर गया था। एक इतना बड़ा खतरनाक एक्सीडेंट हुआ कि गाड़ी इस रोड पे थी, उस रोड पे पहुंच गई, क्रॉस हो गया। तो उस दिन मुझे ऐसा फील हुआ मेरी गाड़ी अपने आप ही स्लो हो गई कि बताओ एक्सीडेंट हो गया। तो मैं के लिए वन हैपेंड अनीता, मैंने नो नो एक्सीडेंट है स्लो मूवमेंट के लिए डरो मत, टेंशन मत लो, अपनी गाड़ी अपनी लाइन में चलाओ। ये उससे एक्सीडेंट होते हैं जो नाटक को ज्यादा स्मार्ट बनता है। तुम लेडीज ड्राइवर हो, हमें पता है लेडीज में कितना कंपटीशन है और ये कितने अच्छे से गाड़ी चला सकती है। तो मैंने फिर मुझे और वो दिया सहारा कि हाँ नहीं मैं चला सकती हूँ। फिर मेरी गाड़ी जितने में चल रही थी 50 में 80 में उतने में ही चलने लगी।
छोटे छोटे बच्चे थे मेरे पास, तो मुझे घर पहुंचाना है, मेरी जिम्मेदारी है मुझे टाइम से पहुंचाना है। वो गाड़ी का जो बैटरी था वो डाउन होना शुरू हुई, तो बैटरी डाउन होनी शुरू हुई तो उसका एक भी फीचर काम नहीं कर रहा है जैसे कि मतलब नहीं चल रहा है, और लाइट ऑन करना चाह रही हूँ, कुछ नहीं कर सकती थी वो बैटरी, मतलब एकदम डाउन होने पे। उस टाइम में मेरे दिमाग में बस यही आया कि अगर मैंने गाड़ी अभी बंद कर दी किसी रेड लाइट पे तो मे भी ये गाड़ी अब नहीं चलेगी। वो सिचुएशन मेरी लाइफ की सबसे बेकार सिचुएशन थी कि बारिश हो रही है, पानी भरा है, गाड़ी के इंडिकेटर काम नहीं कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि बारिश में चाहिए कि आपकी गाड़ी का इंडिकेटर चले, लेकिन पीछे वाले या आगे वाले को पता ही नहीं चलेगा आपके पीछे आगे कोई गाड़ी चल रही है। गाड़ी चला रहे हैं और हमें काफी लोग देखते हैं, जो देखते हैं ना, काफी लोग तो बहुत अजीब सा लगता है, बहुत अच्छा भी लगता है कि हम यहाँ से देख रहे हैं जैसे हम दुनिया का सारा अजूबा बन के आ रहे हैं। हमने आज तक कभी सोचा ही मेरी जो तो मैं वही मैं सेंट्रो लेना चाहूंगी, और मुझे सेंट्रो जो बहुत पसंद है, और एक छोटी सी गाड़ी है, उसको हम कहीं भी सेफ और कहीं भी अच्छे से छोटी सी जगह पे भी उसे आराम से खड़ी कर सकते हैं। मैं BMW लेना चाहूंगी और वो मेरी फेवरेट गाड़ी है। जेंट्स ड्राइवर होते हैं वो मतलब सिर्फ पीते हैं, घूम पार करते हैं, और जहाँ मन में भी थूक देते हैं, लड़कियां वो नहीं करती हैं। लड़के क्या होते हैं वो बस स्मार्ट दिखाते हैं कि इंडिकेटर दिया नहीं, कब से गाड़ी मोड़ ली, यूं 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 ऐसे ऐसे लहर मारते हुए निकलते, वो सोचते हैं हम है तो कोई नहीं है। लड़कों से अगर उनके मम्मी पापा भी कहते हैं कि तुम्हें ये काम नहीं करना है तो अक्सर वही करते हैं, और इसलिए जब हमारी जब यहाँ पे ट्रेनिंग वगैरह होती है तो काफी अच्छी तरह सर समझाते हैं हमको, तो हम लोग उन्हीं को देख के उनका मतलब रूल पालन जो होता है वो पूरा मान के चलते हैं। अब जैसे मान लीजिए कोई ओवरटेक कर रहा है तो लड़के क्या करते हैं, उसको ओवरटेक करने नहीं देते, वो सोचते हैं कि वो आगे क्यों जाने दे, हम जाए। हम क्या सोचते हैं कि ऐसा लग जाए उसको ज्यादा, वो चले जाए फिर हम चले। सहनशीलता जो होती है हमारे अंदर, तो मुझे लगता है उससे ड्राइविंग के टाइम सहनशीलता और कॉन्फिडेंट ये होना बहुत जरूरी है। चोरी करके किया है, जब पेट्रोल की अक्सर सुनते हैं कि उस ड्राइवर ने पेट्रोल में से घोटाला किया या कोई मैकेनिक काम करवाए तो उसमें से जरूर पता करते हैं, और हम महिलाओं के अंदर वो चीज नहीं है, और इसीलिए हम बेहतर हैं।
So, we saw the video where these women cab drivers are talking about the problems that they face on the road, how they have to fix the battery problems, or any if there is any breakdown, or at night. So these women have to be courageous, and through their experiences, what we get to know is even their women passengers help them with these problems, and keeping trust in their driving, I think is very good to encourage them as drivers. And they we at the towards the end of the video we also saw how they now they being a driver, a taxi driver, they feel that they are better than men in some ways.
Shivani, I want to say one thing. I like the end part of the video where it says that female are better drivers because of two reasons. That we female have more patience and we are loyal. So these two things makes us better than men. So I like that part of the video.
Exactly. So I hope all of you liked the video, and please follow us on our Google page that was just shown while sharing the screen. And thanks a lot for participating in this discussion. We thank all of you for being a part of this discussion.
Just one point. Can you please ping the link of this Google page, the link of this Sakha Google page to everyone in this
I'll ping it on the chat right now.
Yeah. And guys, I think this is a very good initiative from Sakha, but as per my research about Sakha is not as big as Ola. But we can make this. It's a unique concept, and we can make this as big as Ola by actually spreading word of mouth promotion about Sakha, because the initiative that Sakha is doing is very good. So everyone who has joined this hangout, please tell your friends about this, because Sakha right now is not that big, but we can make that big, and we can actually take a small step to bring the change in that ecosystem that we were all dreaming of.
Yeah, I would like to thank all the guys who are being rational and opening up their mind to understand what's right and how to go about it. Thanks for the discussion.
Yeah, I think this is a great service to women, and I think I'll definitely recommend it to my mom, probably my sister also, and I'll ask them to take this cab probably in future.
Okay. So we would end the hangout here, and you can watch the live video on YouTube. The video has been recorded on YouTube for this hangout, and it can be seen on Sakha's YouTube channel.
Yeah. And Sarkar's YouTube channel has many others, so you can try viewing some of them, and it will help you to know more about Sakha.
Cool, guys. Thanks. Congrats for the good work. Keep it up. I'll just sign off.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
So with
thank
this,
you
we end the
everyone.
hangout. Yeah.
Yeah.